All right. Okay, everybody. Ozmankollects63 here. And this is Relax and Read, where we just take a bit of chill out time and just sit back, relax, play some music, and just read some of these amazing comics that we've got on the app we call VeVe. And if in case you're wondering or joining me for the first time, wondering what VeVe is, VeVe is basically a digital collectors platform where they have premium IP from Disney to Marvel to all sorts of different brands. And yeah, we're gonna chill out. They also do comic books, collectibles, and all other cool stuff, which us geeks like to collect. So it's Friday night here in Bristol in the UK where I'm based. It is currently 8:30 and at night, and it's just me by myself here, just chilling. Got my trusty Spider-Man glass here, all topped up with a nice refreshing beverage. So I must say, cheers to the weekend, everybody. So if you've made it to the end of your Friday, or you're just getting through it now, wherever you might be in the world, yeah, cheers to you, and let's get into it. Refreshing. All right then. So let me just share my screen here. So as you can see from your banner here, so what we're going to be going over is Uncanny X-Men number 141, which is Days of Futures Past. We're going to go part 1. So it's actually a 2-part series. It's actually a long series going forward, but we've only got two volumes of it on the VeVe app here, so we're just going to read parts 1 and part 2. But let's say part 2 for a future episode. So let me just share my screen here. Let me just remind you guys all this is live, so anything can happen. Also, if my audio plays up at any point during this just reading, let me know, and I can adjust it because I've been having a few audio issues lately. But yeah, so far we've got no viewers, so that's fantastic. But that's cool. We just might be able to catch us on the replay on the VeVe Collective's channel. And just before we do carry on, this is brought to you by the VeVe Collective. And in case you're wondering what the VeVe Collective is, we're basically just a group of collectors that came together that wanted to form a safe space where we could express our love of collecting and just have a nice area where we can just nerd out and express our love of collecting, whether that be digital, physical, whether that be on any different platform, whether that be Palm, whether that be what else we got? We've got McFarlane, we've got Cryptoys, we've got VeVe, we've got all sorts of different markets popping up every day. It's an exciting time and great to get involved. So anyway, let's get into this comic. Let's have a look at it. So we're going to go over to the VeVe website. Just gonna let me share my screen here. Here we go. So this is the comic we're going to be looking at, and this is the common cover. Very, very nice, very, very iconic. Got a Wolverine and I think that's Kitty Pryde on the front there. So they got the set. So basically, in case you don't know, Days of Futures Past is basically set in the futuristic version of the X-Men universe, where mutants are being hunted by the Sentinels, and yeah, basically it's not too good for them, and they're basically trying to survive. And if you're wondering why this sounds quite familiar, is because of this one little thing here, which you may or may not have seen. Which this is what the film X-Men: Days of Futures Past was based on. So if you've seen the film, you might have half an idea of what we're going to be talking about today. And there's my man Hugh Jackman, say the one and only Wolverine. Very excited to see him coming back to play Wolverine in Deadpool 3. So hopefully the writer's strike gets out of the way and they can get back to business on that. And yeah, so let's go over to the VeVe app here. So this is the comic book we're going to be looking at. So on VeVe here, they come in different rarities. So let's get my words out here. Get that out of the way. There we go. So they come in 2, 4, 5 different rarities. So we've got the common, we've got an uncommon, rare, ultra rare, and the secret rare, which is pretty cool. It's got Wolverine jumping up there and clawing that Sentinel in the face, saying, "Get out of here, Sentinel." Say, "I ain't having it." And of course, we've got our exclusive covers. Now, the exclusive covers are exclusive only on VeVe, so you won't find these in the physical world. And these are quite cool, really, because it's kind of like an opposite depiction of basically what's going on in this one. So you've got Wolverine protecting Kitty Pryde, got the spotlight over him, and then this is like sort of going like from the other way. And that's the cheeky Sentinel. So it's blinding the light on him, saying, "Found you, peekaboo." So what else can we say about this comic? So there's different issues. So this is a 20,000 edition comic, and I want to say it tells you how many editions of each there is, but it doesn't. So it's 22 pages. Me, I'm lucky enough to own the common, but I've got issue 448, which is quite low. And if you're looking to pick this up in the market right now, it is going for the floor price is going for 2 gems and 40 frags. So if you want to check that out, that option's there. So yeah, that's basically it. So let's get into it. Let's dive into this comic. So let me get over here to my reader. Let's crack on some music and get into it. Bear with me a second here. Let's have some nice chill out music. Let's try this one. Get that down to a reasonable volume. There we go. That sounds like pretty groovy. Feel free to chuck a comment up in the comment section here. I'll do my best to sort of answer them as I can. Might just crank that music down just a little bit. I think that should probably do it. Also, let me know if the volume's coming through all right. Say the music's not too loud or anything. And yeah, let's get into this comic. So I'll do a little bit of a read along as well. All right, so this is the front. So Marvel Comics Group, the Uncanny X-Men number 141, which is somewhere there. Oh, that'll do. So yeah, we've got Wolverine on the front, protecting Kitty Pryde. That's not a very good looking background. Slain, captured, apprehended. So the mutants aren't doing too well in this universe. So let's read on and see what's happening. Ooh, let's get rid of that. All right, so it's 23 pages, so it's not an overly long comic, but let's get into it. Right, page 1. So it says, Stan Lee presents the Uncanny X-Men. Written by Chris Claremont, John Byrne, Trevor. Anyway, a lot of names I can't pronounce because my English is horrible. I only speak 2 languages, and that's English and Australian, and I suck at both of them. Right, let's kick this off. Days of Future Past, Part 1. This is New York, the Big Apple. Once upon a time, it was a nice place to live. It is no longer. And look, we've got someone carrying a first aid box there, so something important, obviously. Logan, I wish you picked a safer part of Manhattan for our rendezvous. I wish there was a safe part of Manhattan for you to pick. So it's not looking too good. We've got ruins, wreckage, not very nice. The street is Park Avenue. In the upper 70s, when Kate Pryde was a child, it was one of the swankiest neighborhoods in the city, if not in the world. Now it's a slum, abandoned, derelict, and dying, much like the city and the country and the planet around it. Welcome to the 21st century. So this is not a very nice time to be alive. All right, page 2. So that was page 2. Page 3. Uh-oh, it looks like she's running into trouble. This is rogue territory, the last place on Earth the Sentinels would expect a mutant, especially an X-Men, to be, which is why Wolverine chose it. I wish he'd make his entrance though. Everything looks peaceful enough, but it feels... Hey, a trapdoor! Oh no, she's fallen down a trapdoor, she's in trouble. Something's going on. No, this can't be happening. No, I'm so close. Not with so much depending on us, she says. Rogues! How perceptive of you, Muty, and how kind of you to drop in, shall we say. You'd be advised to let me go. I'm on official Sentinel business. Ooh, like they care. Big deal. We hate those tin tyrants almost as much as we hate muties. Beg all you want, sweetheart. Scream all you want. Even if the people here, no one will come to help you. You're gonna be a long time dying, mutie. Oh, he don't look very nice, does he? Not if I have anything to say about it, rogue. Ugh! She kicks him square in the guts. Let's hear it for Kate's last stand. The inhibitor collar I'm forced to wear neutralizes my power to phase through solid objects, but I'm just a normal woman. Against these odds... Robbo, George, grab her. I'm gonna fry this mutie witch alive. No, you're not, bub. You're gonna release the lady just like she asked. So she can't. So that's why this thing is around her neck. It's an inhibitor collar, so she can't use her powers. But I don't think Wolverine's got one of them. But he's a badass, so it wouldn't matter anyway. Oh, we got a few. Just take a second just to acknowledge a couple of comments we got going on here. Hopefully you can see them. Here we go. We got D in the house saying, "Let's go." There, thanks D. Thanks for joining. Also got the Real Uncommon podcast. We shout out to them. So if you haven't checked out any of their live streams or any of their content, I encourage you to do so. They are amazing. And thanks for taking the time, guys, to jump in. All right, let's carry on here. Ooh, got to change the page. Oh, it's Hinano. Oh, my bad, bro. It's not just any Hinano, it's the real Hinano. Now, thanks for tuning in, buddy. Appreciate it. Like always. I'll hide that and we'll get back to it. Hopefully my audio is coming through nice and clear and I'm not being too loud or anything. But we're up to page 4. And Katie's in a bit of trouble here. All right. Who's going to make me short stuff? You? Nobody gives Big Alex... Haha, the guy's name's Alex. Ain't that funny? My name's Alex. Nobody gives Big Alex orders on his turf. You want the woman, old man? Then you come save her. Oh dear. He doesn't know who he's messing with. If you insist, but don't say I didn't warn you. In the old days, I'd have simply cut the punk in two with my retractable claws. But doing that would tell the Sentinels. That's Wolverine's back in town. So he can't pop his claws because otherwise he's going to get the Sentinels on his case. And that would jeopardize the mission. I'm fine, Logan, but calls this close I could live without. You okay, Katie? Oh, I think I read that out of order. My bad. I know what you mean. Come on, let's roll. So he's helping her up and they're getting back on track, getting back on mission. So tell me, Colonel Logan, how's life in the Canadian Resistance Army? Oh, okay, he's a colonel in this one. They've got a Canadian Resistance going on. That's pretty cool. A thrill a minute, darling. The word from London is that everything's on automatic. The Sentinels move out of North America. The other great powers will launch a full-scale nuclear strike. Then it's up to the X-Men. Yeah, right. So it sounds like the Sentinels are terrorizing everything. As always, when there's a world to save, there's the last component of the jammer. Ah, the jammer. Gotta give him the jam. I wonder if it's the strawberry or the raspberry. Anyone who's seen Spaceballs knows what I'm talking about. Like the other modules, it's invisible to the Sentinel sensors. You shouldn't have any problem smuggling into camp. That's easy for you to say. You got a point phase 2 beings at midnight. When I bust you guys out, be ready, Kate. Good luck. Oh, you got a point. Phase 2 begins at midnight. Sorry, I read that wrong. We'll be waiting, Logan, and thanks. So Logan's saved Kitty. She's back on track, and she's delivering the jammer. So let's read on. Let's see what this jammer is going to do. Oh, I lost my mouse cursor. Where's it gone? Oh, where is my mouse cursor gone? Bear with me a second, people. There it is. As what happens when you do things live, you get technical difficulties, but it's all good. At First Avenue, Kate catches the Uptown Express tram to the Bronx. En route, she doesn't bother to hide the sorrow in her eyes as she contrasts what is with what once was and wonders how so much could have changed so quickly. In North America in the year 2013, there are 3 classes of people. H for baseline human, clean of mutant genes, allowed to breed. A for anomalous human, a normal person possessing mutant genetic potential, forbidden to breed. So if you've got the mutant gene, you ain't allowed to do any breeding. So no funny business. And there was M for mutant, the bottom of the herd, made pariahs and outcasts by the Mutant Control Act of 1988, hunted down and with a few rare exceptions killed without mercy. In the quarter century since the Act's passing, millions have died. They were the lucky ones. So basically, if you got a mutant gene in you, then you're buggered. You're targeted by the Sentinels, so you better run. Mutants. You are behind schedule. Explain. I was attacked by the rogue Sentinel, Alpha 3. I escaped, and that caused the delay. Scans indicate truthful reply. You may pass. Alright, so she's got past the Sentinel. After that exhausting and intentionally humiliating security examination to ensure that she's carrying no contraband, Kate is allowed to re-enter the camp that has been her home since the turn of the century. As always, the first thing she sees is the cemetery. As always, there's a fresh grave. So, okay, we've got a couple of names here we recognize. Inherent here are all the victims of the Sentinels. Some I knew, most I didn't, but in a way they were all family. Forgive us, my friends, we cannot avenge you, for what point is vengeance against an unfeeling machine, but at least we can try to ensure that the nightmare never happens, and never ever again. So we've got a couple of familiar names here, in case you don't recognize. We've got Ben Grimm, who's the Thing, Charles Xavier, aka Wheels, now Professor X, Scott Summers, who is our Cyclops, we've got Kurt Wagner, which is our lovable The Amazing Nightcrawler. I also see Sam Worthington, who is Angel. I see, looks like Reed Richards, who we know as Mr. Fantastic. And I don't think I can make out anyone else, but a lot of fallen heroes, so not overly great. Anyway, reading on. Page 6. Alright, so she's back in camp and hooked up with a couple of people. Let's see who she's hooked up with. Of all the X-Men who ever were, only 4 remain. Logan, aka Wolverine. Kate, a Sprite, or Kate Pride, as we know. Aurora Monroe as Storm. Aurora Monroe Storm. And Peter Rasputin, aka Colossus. They alone with Franklin Richards, last survivor of the fabled Fantastic Four, and his lady Rachel, a telepath kinetic comprising the core of the anti-Sentinel resistance. I'm home, she says. So the last of the big wigs in this universe. Sorry I'm late. I ran into a rogue pack. They ran into Wolverine. I have the final module. Logan says he'll strike at midnight. Phase 1 must be completed by then. How normal we make it sound. Yet what we contemplate is so fantastic, I still can't even believe it's possible. That's strange talk. Pyotr Alexandrovich, coming from one who's seen and done what you have. I have ever been a simple man, old friend. More farmer in my soul than superhero, mate. Magneto! I cannot shake my doubts. So that's Colossus. Oh, Magneto's in the chair now. He's become the new Wheels. Oh, let's get this. There we go. If there was an alternative, Peter, any alternative, we would take it. But if we do nothing, by tomorrow the world will be at war, and by the day after tomorrow the world will be dead. Other actions may not make things better, but humanity or mutant kind, but they certainly can't make them worse. Rachel, child, so much depends on you. I won't fall, Magneto. I've been meditating all day. Once the jam is operational, we can start anytime. Then what are we waiting for? A moment, my wife. Huh? My wife? Oh, I wonder who's Katie hooked up with. Yeah, right, sounds like it's all about to kick off. Let's do a quick shout out to over our comments here. We've got Dr. Strange in the house. Thanks for joining us, Doctor. Hope you're enjoying it so far. All right, page 7. And looks like things are about to get wild. Of course, say K Pride and Colossus hooked up. So, as we know from previous stories, they've always had a love thing going on. Loving this loving this backing track. That's pretty groovy. As I said, I have doubts. Can our mad, desperate plan work? More importantly, should it? We are toying with the basic fabrics of reality. And if we succeed, what will happen to us, to our love? It might cease to exist along with the Sentinels. That's a risk we have to take. What does the love of two people matter against the lives of billions? I am selfish. It matters to me. Oh, shucks. Peter, if our love was meant to be, it will be. Only this time, in a world where our children can grow up free and unafraid. The Sentinels killed my friends and they killed my babies. Oh, that's sad. If changing the past holds out even the slightest hope of saving them, I'll do it whatever the cost. I love you, Kate, and I you, Peter, and from the moment we first met. Ah, a little teary, lovey-dovey moment there. Very nice. But later on, Franklin, I'm making the final adjustment, sir. As you know, these inhibitor collars we wear neutralize our superpowers. This jammer should neutralize the inhibitors. Aha, so the jammer's gonna jam the jammers. So they're gonna be jamming. Ha. Inside this room, we'll be as strong as we ever were for as long as the unit's power cells function. By then, we'll be free of our collars. Now lay back and relax, Kate. This is crazy and I've got butterflies in my stomach. Hush, sorry. Breathe with me. Let your mind become one with mine and all the minds one with all. Oh, she's going on a trip. She's doing some time acid. Before she knows it, Catherine Pride Rasputin is entrenched, her soul flung out across the abyss of eternity. What happens next is anybody's guess. So she's going on a space trip through time, space, and everything else in between. Alright, we're up to page 8. Yeah, so she's landed right smack bang in the middle of the danger room. We can see Angel, Storm, Wolverine, Colossus are all going at it with all the robots, and she's smack bang in the middle and probably wondering what the hell's going on. Friday, October 31st, 1980. It's the final Friday of one of the closest, hardest fought presidential elections in recent memory. For the Uncanny X-Men, Storm, Angel, Colossus, Wolverine, and Nightcrawler. However, it's a day like any other, which begins with a strenuous combat workout in the danger room of their Winchester County, New York mansion headquarters. This is where they have their mutant abilities to a razor-keen edge under the I can't read that stupid word under their mentor, Professor Charles Xavier. There's no place for the uninitiated, as Kitty Pryde, the newest, youngest member of the team, is about to discover. Kitty, what are you doing here? Says Storm. Nightcrawler sent me to tell you that you got to head up to the kitchen. But Storm, the door was unlocked. I figured that you hadn't started your training session yet. Oh. Kid, that flaming stupid door is always unlocked, says Wolverine as he's slicing into a buzzsaw looking robot thing. Alright, page 9. Oh, actually before I carry on, we've got a quick little announcement here. But
We interrupt this program to bring you an important announcement. We interrupt this program to bring you an important announcement. We interrupt this program to bring you an important announcement.
And the important announcement is, if you're into Chico Roco, 5 minutes to drop time. I repeat, 5 minutes to drop time. So I'm into Chico Roco, so I'm going to be getting mine. Actually, we'll just do a quick little. Get my page ready. Anyway, while we're just waiting for that, let's get back to business. So, like I said, this is live and anything can happen. Let's change the music. Let's choose something else. That's pretty groovy. Let's go with that. Just while waiting for the drop. All right, back to business. Cool. But before I do that, put my comments back on so I can see. The real compass. Got to run, Oz. Heading into a meeting. Have a good stream. Thanks, bro. Thanks for dropping in. And yeah, we'll talk soon. Hopefully, I'll be able to jump onto your live stream coming up very soon. All right, and back into it. We can knock this page out before the drop. Right, so we've got Angel coming into him. Sprite, use your phasing power. Turn around and walk out through the wall. No good, she's too rattled. I better get her out of here myself, he says. Hang loose, kid. Angel will take care of you. Angel, no. The computers are running this session wherever you go. They'll test threat will automatically follow. Speaking of threats, cripes. Robot, first I save the kid, then you die. Uh-oh. Kitty, run, hit the deck. What? Why? Oh no, she's got 100,000 little darts coming towards her. She's in trouble now. Relax, kitten. My whirlwind will pull you out of harm's way, says Storm. But only for a moment. So long as Kitty remains inside the danger room and the room remains active, she is in deadly danger, and so are we. Storm, says Kitty. Whoa! Colossus, take Sprite. Everyone else try to reach the panic button. I'm cancelling the session. So it's too much. It's too crazy. I'm cancelling it. I'm pulling the plug. All right, page 10. Okay, so we got Colossus running for the panic button. This is serious. The harder we fight, the more difficult the tests become. And splitting our concentration between ourselves and Kitty will only make us more vulnerable. But protect Kitty. We must protect her. We shall. I cannot catch her in my armored form. The impact might injure her. I must become human and hope the danger room does not take advantage of me. Oh, so he's going to go in human form. The young Russian concentrates, and with a burst of energy, his organic steel body once more becomes flesh and blood. Am I in trouble, Peter? Am I going to get yelled at? Probably if you survive, says Peter. If I survive. Peter, look! The pile driver. Oh no, it's coming down on him. He has a split second to act. But before Colossus even begins to move, a burst of flame coupled with a stench of brimstone heralds the arrival of Nightcrawler. Talk about your dramatic entrances, says Mike Gore. It seems I teleported here in the proverbial nick of time. You could say that, friend. Kurt, are you alright, Kitty? Uh-huh. Were you frightened? Uh-huh, she says. I also, says Colossus, as a hero he is. Where were you, Kurt? I know it was your turn to clean the breakfast dishes, but that shouldn't have made you late for the training session. I'm sorry, Oro. The morning news had an interesting view with Professor Xavier about today's mutant hearings in Washington. I guess I lost track of time. And here we go. Let's go do a quick little... Quickly get my Chico Roco before we get sold out. Because it's a blind box. What do I get? Hey, look at that. Cinderella before. That's pretty cool. Look. Just in case no one's familiar with Chico Roco, this is what it is. Nice little cool little toy, and they're free. As a very cool introduction to the AR technology, which is what VeVe dabbles in as well. So yeah, very cool. Anyway, that was my little Chico Roco bit. If you want to hear more about Chico Roco or want to know a bit more about it, so send us a comment. So give us a like, comment, all that fun stuff. Let's get into it. All right, we're up to page 11. Also, if you're liking this content and you enjoy what you're listening to, or if you're not, it's all good. So leave us a comment. I'm always looking to improve on the production value of these readings, and I always appreciate all feedback is all appreciated, whether it be bad or not, good, bad, encouraging. So I want to hear about it. Anyway, don't do it again. And you, young lady, are never to come through that door when the training lights are on. Sorry, it's quite warm here in the UK at the moment. I'm very thirsty. Don't be harsh, Storm. Kitty's first training session is scheduled for this morning. I'm sure she's eagerness got the better of her. Night what? It's like, yes, Kitty? Yeah, Nightcrawler, sure. She's still antsy around you, Kurt. Yeah, Wolverine, I've tried to break the ice between us, but nothing works. From strangers, I don't mind that reaction. From a friend, a fellow X-Men, it hurts. Be patient, Kurt. She has much to learn. Sprite, this is Storm. Begin whenever you wish. All you have to do is walk across the room. Alright, so it's like she's getting into the danger room now and doing her own thing. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Punch, it won't hurt much. Thanks, Wolverine. I really needed that. I know the room is set on low power. It really can't hurt, but I'm still nervous and I'm scared, she says. But Aurora believes in me. They all believe in me. I can't let them down. She's shaking as she takes her first hesitant step. But as she moves further into the room, and nothing nasty seems to happen to her, her confidence just slowly increases. So there you go. She's becoming more and more confident. Unsure of how to cope with all the myriad threats thrown her way, Kitty responds instinctively by simply using her mutant ability to phase through solid objects. She have nothing to touch her. Simultaneously, as she doesn't so much walk on the floor as on the molecules of the air above the floor. When the trapdoors open, she does not fall. Slam goes the trapdoors. The danger room does its level best to stop her. Very cool. Also loving this interior artwork too. Very cool. It's one thing we don't realize when we don't read the comic books. So the external art is good, the UR covers and the commons and that, but even the internal panels are quite nice as well. That's better. All right, we're up to page 12. Also, want to say a big thank you to our 2 viewers that are still with us, so much appreciated. Burst of wasted effort, says Kitty. And in the observation booth, I thought you'd seen it all. Charlie spends weeks programming the room for Kitty, and she beats it with her eyes closed. Man, oh man, I wish Xavier was here to give anything to see his reaction. Back to the drawing board, I think. So look, they all look pretty proud. Wolverine's looking pretty happy there. Seeing his smile, always a funny thing. I made it. How'd I do, Storm? You were splendid, kitten. Gee. Whoa, she's going on a trippy acid trip again. Suddenly, reality twists inside out with Kitty. She comes face to face with herself an older, sadder, wiser, stronger self. And then her soul, too, is flung out over the abyss of eternity. In her mind, she screams. In reality, she drops without a sound. Kitty, they say. Kurt, get down there. So she's having an out-of-body experience because she's trapped in between the past and the future. How is she? Breathing, thanks heaven. Her pulse is strong and steady. There's no sign of any gross injury. She looks stunned, Oro. Impossible. We've had seen the stun beams, and besides, I shut down the room's systems the moment she reached the door. Take her to the infirmary for an in-depth examination. Perhaps this is a delayed reaction to something that happened during her test. And if it is, if my kitten is hurt or crippled or worse, no, I dare not think of that. She's all right. She has to be, says Storm. So she must be okay. They don't know what happened. She just collapsed. Page 13. Soon, according to the biosensors, Kitty's fine. Then why did she collapse? Why is she still unconscious? Easy, Storm, Crawler said. The kid's okay. Okay, physically, Flyboy, but I'm getting some weird readings from the electro something meter. So measures waves. I can't read it because my grammar's horrible. I ran comparisons between these and the others in Kitty's medical file, and the basic pattern is the same, but these are more complex. Maybe Charlie or Moira McTaggart can puzzle it out, but this is sure way beyond me. One thing is certain, some things happened to Kitty, but was it from the attack, or is it so, or if so, from whom? Or are we simply letting our imagination run away with us? Oh, Kurt, says Kitty. Our Fräulein is okay, I'm guessing, awake. Kurt, it's you, really you, you're alive. Of course I'm alive, what else would I be? I'm in the med lab, in the mansion in Westchester. Then I made it. Oh. Kitty, you aren't making sense. Lie down, little one, rest now. I can't, there's no time. Angel, Pietro, Peter. This is incredible, Rachel. Rachel said she could do it, but in my heart of hearts, I didn't believe she could pull it off. Who is Rachel? Asked Colossus. Pull what off, kitten? So this is future Rachel coming in now, and the rest of them got no idea what's going on. Tell you what, let's change the music up a little bit, shall we? Let's try. There we go. Let's go with that one. All right, page 14. Kitten, it's been years since you called me that. Kitty, child, are you alright? I'm fine, Aurora, but I'm not Kitty. I'm Kate. This body is inhabited by the mind, the persona, the soul of the woman I'll be in 30 years. I'm from the future. Are you indeed? Sorry, let me just turn that down a little bit. Whoops. That's better. Sorry, that's what happens when you try and do things live. Right, back at it. Oh, and put my comments back up. That's better. Right, back on track. I think you're tired. You've had a rough morning and a hard shock. I'm concussed and hallucinating, is that it? It's funny, I remember that you telling me that the hardest part of the operation would be convincing you of the truth. The fact remains that on Halloween 1980 today, the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants will murder presidential candidate Robert Kelly along with Charles Xavier and Moira McTaggart. Oh dear. Kelly's assassination will set in motion the sequence of events that 30 years from now will communicate into destruction of the world in a nuclear holocaust. I'm here to prevent that. She looks like a kid, but she sounds and talks and moves and smells like a woman, says Wolverine. Crazy as it sounds, or my instincts say she is telling the truth. Or what I may say may be fantasy, but suppose it isn't. Can you afford to stand idly by while Senator Kelly, not to mention Charles and Moira, are murdered? No, I can't, she says. We'll take you to Washington, kitten. There they go on the aeroplane. There, Professor X can telepathically mind scan you to determine your far more effectively than any of us can. I can't read that. And also determine the vicinity of your story. So basically just saying, like, he's going to scan your head and just make sure you're telling the truth and verify you, fact check you. And so as soon as Angel is in his alter ego as Warren Worthington III, master of one of America's largest private fortunes, whistles up in his private jet, the X-Men are on their way. That's right, I forgot. Angel's a rich boy, so he's like Batman, he's rich. So that's his superpower. They're off on his private jet. Alright, page 15. Let's carry on. So they're on their way to try and see if they can prevent the assassination. You say Kelly's death initiates a sequence of events, Kitty. What events? Kelly is a decent man with what he feels are legitimate concerns about the increasing number of super-powered mutants in the world. The Brotherhood kill him to teach humanity to fear and respect the power of Homo Superior. Their plan backfired, and mutants become objects of fear and hatred. We thought the mood of hysterical paranoia would pass, but it didn't. In 1984, a rabid anti-mutant candidate was elected president within a year, the first Mutant Control Act was passed, and the Supreme Court blessed him, struck it down as unconstitutional. The administration responded by reactivating the Sentinels. The robots were given an open-ended program with fatally broad parameters to eliminate the mutant menace once and for all. In the process, they destroyed not only mutants but non-mutant super beings, both heroes and villains by the turn of the century. The Sentinels concluded that the best way to do what would be to take over the country, and the North American continent was under their complete control. So more or less, the Sentinels went rogue and decided the best way to sort of sort everyone else is just to kill everybody. Not very nice. It looks like they're taking out targets such as, who can we see here? We can see Spider-Man, we can see Beast, Daredevil. Oh, Daredevil got taken out. Don't tell Chris Severs. Got Doctor Doom, Reed Richards. Oh, they got Hulk too. No way. And they got T'Challa. They got Steve. Oh, look, they got all the big players. Look, they even got Ghost Rider. How did they get Ghost Rider? Interesting. We fought, we lost, we died, and now seeing you all alive, oh God, I don't think it would hurt so much. For a while, there were no sounds in the jet's cabin. Save this child's woman's anguished sobs. So it's all coming back to hit her now. Then her voice low and choked, Kate forces herself to finish her story. The rest of the world became more frightened of the Sentinels than of mutant kind. They threatened war if the Sentinels moved against them. The Sentinels, driven by their prime directive, are about to make that move. One of the surviving X-Men is a telepath. She devised a plan to physically interchange the mind of one of us in the future with one of our counterparts in the past. Page 16. Oh, so we're doing a bit of a flashback to the future here. I was chosen because at this time, as Kitty, I had yet been trained to defend myself against a psychic attack. Wolverine should have freed the others by now. Wherever now is, I wonder what they're doing. So we go, meanwhile, back in the future, 2013, New York City. The old subway tunnel's working like a charm. It'll take us into the heart of Manhattan. How's Kate? Unconscious. I hope she remains so. The less Kitty knows of what has happened to her and what may happen to her, the better. I wish we could have bought Magnus, and I mean it, Magneto. He knew what he was doing when he volunteered to cover our escape. His wheelchair would have slowed us down too much. A noble death is still a death, Logan, and I am so sick of death. Above us, that sound. Sentinels. Uh-oh. Gah! Zap, zap, zap. Franklin. So he's zapped, he's gone, he's out of it. He's down. There they are, tearing off the top of the subway tunnel, saying, peekaboo, here's the Sentinels. All units alert. Patrol 3L40 has contracted human escapees from South Bronx intimate facility. Mutants, you are advised to surrender or face immediate termination. This is your only warning. Bum bum bum. Franklin, oh Storm, help me. When he died, I felt it in my mind. I know, Rachel, but you mustn't yield to your pain, your grief. We need you. So they're like, uh-oh, it's all happening. We're in trouble now. Oh, we're getting towards the end of our book. I wonder what's going to happen. Page 17. Oh, here we go. I won't break, Storm. Those bloody robots killed my man. The least I can do is kill them. So Rachel's off. She's zapping him in the face. Warning. This unit is under telepathic attack. Wah! Central control. All city alert. Mutant contacts now wearing inhibitor collars. Patrol 3L40 requesting immediate reinforcements. Identification. This unit facing the X-Men Storm. The force of my lightning bolts is staggering the Sentinel, but I'm not doing any real damage. It's too well insulated. Rachel, guard Kate with your life, says Colossus as he transforms into his metal form. So there you go. They're taking on the Sentinels now, saying, let's try and kill as many as we can before we go down. Hola, Wolverine. It's been a long while since we've practiced a fastball special. Has it not? Long time, pal, says Wolverine. As Nightcrawler used to say, up and away. Muscles clench, synapses close, and gleaming adamantium claws pop out of the backs of Wolverine's hands. These retractable claws are forged of the strongest metal known, one far strongest than the Sentinels' adamant steel bodies. So he's got adamantium. He's like, I'm going to slice through these Sentinels, no problem. Likewise, this entire skeleton is laced with that same miracle metal, making his bones virtually unbreakable. Add to that a berserker fury that gives him the fighting prowess of a score of heroes. Squaw! And it's no wonder that even these emotionless robots respect and almost fear him. And that's where our secret rare cover comes from. This is the internal panel they use for the secret rare version of this comic. Wolverine slicing a big chunk out of the Sentinel's head, saying, take that, Sentinel. Right, page 18. It's getting crazy now. Uh-oh. This unit critically damaged but still functional. Mutant assailant identified as Wolverine has been captured. Termination is imminent. Storm, I'm giving you an opening. Finish this sucker. So Sentinel's got him. Say, Storm, Wolverine might be in trouble. As good as done, Wolverine, says Storm. This lightning bolt should reduce the Sentinel's computer brains to so much slag. Way to go, darling Colossus. And Rachel zapped the last one. Yeah, right, so he could turn his brain to mush. 3 down and how many million to go? Company is coming, my friend, says Colossus. And another trio patrol. So there's more Sentinels on the way, so they gotta work out what they're gonna do faster. They're gonna get overpowered. The longer we stay in one place, the more vulnerable we become. No matter how hard or well we fight, the Sentinels can overwhelm us through sheer weight of numbers. Our only hope is to hit and run and never let ourselves be backed into a corner. Alert! Contact established with mutant X-Man Colossus, says the Sentinel. If I hit the base of this derelict hotel precisely right, says Colossus, I think it will give our would-be pursuers a headache they'll never forget. The robots scream are frighteningly human, but Colossus does not care. So, buildings coming down on top of them Sentinels, they're getting crushed. 9 Sentinels. He was the gentlest of souls until the Sentinels slew his friends and his children, and thereby taught him how to hate. We must push on. The Baxter Building is the Sentinels' continental nerve center. Destroy it, and we can cripple them. So they got to hit the Baxter Building because that's where their central nervous system is. I wish Kate luck. Whether she is, I do not know. More. We need it more. Her or us. Ooh. We've got an Uncanny's dropped in. How are you, mate? Thanks for dropping in. Hope you're enjoying the reading, enjoying the content. This is a little something I sort of started doing, just something a bit different. So she's taking the time to actually read these comic books we've got in the app, and yeah, just having a good time, just chilling, playing some music and just chilling. Thanks for joining us, and yeah, hope you enjoy. We're up to page 19, so a few more pages to go, and then that will be the end of this comic book. Right, so all hell's breaking loose in the future, but now we're back to the past. October 31st, 1980, Washington, D.C. This is the Pentagon, the largest building of its type in the world, commands headquarters of the mightiest military machine the world has ever known. To many people, it is more truly representative for good or ill of the reality of America that the White House of Congress just across the Potomac River. Deep within this man-made labyrinth, you find a young woman named Raven Darkholme. Now, those who know the X-Men lore know who Raven is. Colonel, I'll expect the latest stealth test results on my desk by Monday morning, she says. You'll have them, ma'am. She works out of the office of the Assistant Secretary of Defense for the Research and Development, and as such has access to the most secret and sophisticated weaponry in America's arsenal. She's earned her position and the complete trust of her superiors. Big mistake, they say. Unfortunately, that illusion is as much an illusion as her appearance, for Raven Darkholme is a shapeshifter, a mutant better known to her comrades as Mystique. Bum bum bum. Founder and leader of the new Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. And who's part of this little gang, you ask? Let's see. We've got Avalanche, whose touch crumbles any solid object, creating an irresistible avalanche. Tidal strength effect with earth, stone, steel, anything. So basically, he creates avalanches that nothing can stand up against. We've got Destiny, a blind pregog with the psychic ability to see the future. The only member of the Brotherhood Raven calls friend. So she's our psychic future seer. And of course we've got Pyro, who can control living flame. And last but not least, the Blob, only recently escaped from prison. A man whose no physical force can harm. Also, see last page of last issue if you don't believe us. Good morning, all. I trust these accommodations meet with your approval, she says. Just chilling in the Pentagon, getting into the whiskey blobbers. Good on you, mate. That's it. Oh, here we go. Good to see you do this, mate. Smashing it. Thanks, Anand. Appreciate it, mate. I said just something fun that I didn't see anyone else doing, so I thought I'd give it a go. And I'm sure, like you and like me and everyone else on the app, we collect all these comic books, and we very rarely take the time to read any of them. So this is me reading it for you if you don't have the time to do it yourself. All right, we're up to, where are we up to? Page 20. So three more pages to go, and then we're there. So let's see what happens in the last 3 pages. No compliments? No compliments? How nice. Destiny, what does the future hold? It's hard to be certain, Raven. I sense a variable, a new random element that could seriously affect our plan. It's been unable to focus on it. Also, the blob is uncomfortable with your leadership. There is potential for trouble. Who, Blob? Hey Ray, you helped me bust out of the joint. You got me threads, bread, a classy pad. Yeah, I'm grateful. Well, la-di-da. Chucky, you think you can do better? I just don't take orders from abroad. Blow it out your Union Jack, Limey. Class. Uh-oh. So Pyro's getting angry and unleashing the monsters, the big... This is between me and... Yeah! Says Pyro as... Watch your mouth and remember your place, or the next time you light a match, says Pyro. I'll create a demon that will parboil instead of scare you. I've taken all the lip from you. I'm gonna Englishman Fred J. Jukes ain't no 2-bit amateur. I was part of the original Brotherhood and I worked for Magneto. So it says I'm one of the originals, I'm one of the OGs, the real deal. If that was such an honor, Blob, how come you spent the last 5 years in prison, last few in prison? That sculpture avalanche, you disintegrated it. A minor demonstration of my power. Well, I don't need no hunkin' rock to pulverize your punk. That's enough, all of you. You're correct, Blob. I'm not Magneto, but cross me and in any way, and you'll find I can be as implacent and deadly as foe as Master of Magnetism was. Now prepare yourselves, mutants. The time has come to strike. Yeah, right. So they're getting ready to strike. It's all coming in now. Wonder what they're going to do. Let's read on. Oh, we got a comment from Quill. Dull Quill. All the faces look so old in this era, even when they're not supposed to be old. They do look a little bit... Whoops. I was supposed to do that. That's better. Right, page 21. The United States Senate has been described as the greatest deliberatory body on earth. It has seen noble times and shameful ones. It has epitomized the highest ideals of humanity and the worst realities. But today, once again, and the people it represents are put to the test. We are gathered here to address an issue of critical national and international importance. This is not a witch hunt, but we hope and pray a search for truth. Much about our world has changed in recent years. We face situations and threats and undreamed of by earlier generations. So this is Robert Kelly doing his spiel, saying we're going to try and make the world a better place. One such is the appearance of Homo superior, mutants, flesh of our flesh, blood of our blood, yet possesses powers and abilities above which set them apart. Some would say above the rest of humanity. Kelly's laying it on a bit thick. So what else was new? Says the people listening there. Oh, we got that looks like Charles and Moira sitting there in the crowd. Among our witnesses are Professor Charles Xavier, world-renowned expert on genetics, and Dr. Moira McTaggart of Edinburgh University, whose work in the field has won her a Nobel Prize. If you ask me, Charles, that sod's already made up his mind. Registration of mutants today, gas chambers tomorrow. Be charitable, Moira. He's scared. We must teach him that his fear is unfounded. Coming through the door, Peter, Aurora, and Kitty? I best contact them telepathically, he says. Storm, what are you doing here? Is something wrong, he says, using the power of his mind. You might say that, Professor. Open your mind to me, child. Your memories will explain matters far more effectively than your words. Overcoming an instinctive flash of reluctance and distress, Storm does as she is told. So here we go. He's gonna do the brain scan, do a bit of telepathy voodoo, and find out what's going on in that head of hers. After mind scanning Storm, Xavier turns to Kitty, and what he sees in her brain makes him pale. Meanwhile, oh, this hearing's getting interesting. That's Warren Worthington. He's a mutie. His handles the Angel. He used to bankroll a West Coast supergroup called the Champions. Tell Lois to try for an interview. Senator, in all honesty, I fail to see the need for the hearing of or your concern. The need is simple, Dr. Moira McTaggart. I merely wonder if in a world of beings like Doctor Doom, Magneto, the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, and Lord knows how many others, there's any place for ordinary men and women. I wonder as well, Doctor, if this same question wasn't asked by the last Neanderthal about the first Cro-Magnon. Oh, looks like the security guard's saying, well, what's going on here? Holy, get out of here, you people, run for it. Fucking bang, crash. Everything's going down. That wall's coming down, says the copper. Ah, help. When the avalanche has run its course, oh, it's like avalanche is busting in, tearing everything down, all hell's breaking loose. It's game on. Oh, last page. An adept question, Senator Kelly, and one with its own answer. For we all know what the first Cro-Magnon did to the last Neanderthal. I am Mystique, she says. My colleagues and I comprise the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, and we are your future humans. Resist us at your peril. You've been babbling a lot about the mutant menace, Kelly. We're here to teach you the error of your ways. So there they are in all their glory, ready to rock and roll. Shoot, a lightning bolt. Who did that, said Blob. We did, Comrade Blob. We are the X-Men. Oh yeah? Chip for that winged bozo? You sure ain't no X-Men I ever met. That's right, Fatso. We're better, says Wolverine. If you mean to harm Senator Kelly, Mystique, or anyone here, you're going to have to get through us to get to him. That storm will be a pleasure. Kill them, she says. And stay tuned for the next episode, which is Out of Time, Out of Mind. Time, Out of Mind. Yeah, right, and that's where we're going to have to leave our comic. I think that's the end of it. And yeah, that's it, guys. That's the end of it. So, that's been Days of Futures Past, part 1. So if I go back to the start here, if it's going to let me, just to do a quick little recap. So yes, this is the common cover, which is what we've been reading off of today. Unfortunately, this is one of the ones I don't have the ultra rare cover of. Like I said before, if you're interested in picking this up, it is available. Hopefully I haven't been logged out. Here we go. do a quick little refresh. Right now, it's sitting in the marketplace on VeVe, which is the app there. So if you're interested in checking out VeVe, just look for this little logo here. It's available in the App Store, whether that be iOS and Google. Google and iOS Store. And right now, it's currently going for 2 gems and 40 frags, so very affordable if you want to pick yourself up a copy and read it for yourself. And yeah. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's tuned in and have been watching. It's been we've just been going over for over an hour, so not too bad. Might just turn that down just a touch so I can speak. That's better. And yeah, so this has been relax and read by I've been your reader, Ozmankollects. This has been brought to you by the VeVe Collective. In case you're not familiar who the VeVe Collective is, we're basically just a group of collectors that came together that wanted to create a safe space where we could basically express our love of digital collecting and fandom and comics, whether that be Marvel, DC, whether that be digital or physical collecting. I say we are a digital collectors group, and the majority of my focus in particular is on VeVe, which is a digital collectors platform, which specializes in licensed IP. So they've got Marvel, Disney, a few other licenses as well, like what's it got? Got Tarzan. They've also got different movie licenses. They've got posters. They've got digital collectibles. They've got all sorts of different things. And if you're interested in checking it out, I think I've got links down in the description below. So yeah, check it out if you can, or if you want more information or a bit more curious. You can always comment on the video here. You can always DM me a message on Twitter. I go by at Ozmankollects63. You can find me on Twitter, or sorry, X, the space formerly known as Twitter. And yeah, that's been my little read for this evening. I'm probably gonna go chill, maybe catch up on some Star Wars Rebels. So I'm trying to get my Rebels in before I start getting into Ahsoka. And yeah, if you've liked this content, please leave us a comment. Oh, Double Quill's made Twix. Twix? You're gonna go have some Twix, have some chocolate bar? I like Twix. Though unfortunately I can't really eat that much Twix anymore, as my body punishes me severely for it. But that's life. But yeah. So yeah, that's a little bit for me. Also as well, I also host Twitter Spaces. We have a VeVe Wednesdays and VeVe weekends, which we do in the X Spaces. I get it. Sorry, Quill's made a Twitter plus X equals Twix. Ha! I like that. Twix space. Love it. I'm gonna write that down. But yeah, as I was saying, on Twix, I like that. That could be catchy. On Twix, we also do our spaces. We do our VeVe Wednesdays and VeVe weekends. VeVe Wednesdays is on Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Or we do VeVe weekends, which is on Sundays, which is 12:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And everyone's welcome. We welcome everybody just to tune in, and it's a safe space. So if you want to just come and say hi or just listen in the background, that's all there too. But yeah, if you ever want any more information, want to know more about it, my DMs are always open. And yeah, all right, I'm gonna wrap this up. Again, big thank you to everyone who's been watching. Looks like it says here I've got 4 viewers at the moment, so thank you 4 viewers for giving me a little moment of your time. Much appreciated. Big shout out and big thank you to the Real Uncommon podcast. Doctor Strange, All Things Strange. Sure, I'll do it like this. Here we go. The Real Uncommon Podcast. Say Doctor Strange, All Things Strange. And Kenobi, thanks for dropping in for a little bit, mate. I hope you enjoyed it. And Double Quill, always a pleasure. So thank you for taking the time to join me. And yeah, you can find this the replay of this on the VeVe Collective's YouTube channel. And it should have been streaming to Twitter as well, which hopefully you've seen me there. And yeah. So stay tuned for next week, and we'll probably carry on with Days of Futures Past. I think it's number 142, which is part 2 of the story. And yeah, if you want to join me there, I'll see you there. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. So I've been your reader, Ozmankollects63. This has been Relax and Read. And thank you again for joining me, and hope you enjoyed the content. All right, have a good one. Take care, and we'll talk soon. All right, bye, everybody.